Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the House of Representatives. This is your state representative, Cary Condotta. Well, we're getting into the meat of the session here. Next week when we have this chat, we'll be talking about the budgets. They will be out later this week, at least one of them. I suspect the second budget from the Senate will follow close behind. And for the next 2 weeks, you and I will be talking about it on this program, how that all works. But for now, I have to talk to you about something that I'm amazed at. A little scam that was put together that came in late that could create multi-million-dollar tax increases for our businesses in the 12th District. It is amazing how the folks tried to pull this off. Now, it may happen. That's the sad part. It's kind of a tourist package is what they call it. It's very interesting. What they want to do is tax every business that's related to tourism and put it in a big pot and do a statewide tourism promotion. Well, that's all very fine, except it reaches into virtually every business in the 12th District. In Chelan, 4 out of 5 businesses would be taxed. In Leavenworth, probably more than 4 out of 5 businesses would be taxed. All this would go into a central pot where 13 people would decide how to spend the money. And what exactly and where exactly are they going to advertise? Well, those 13 people would decide. In the meantime, we're about $2 million lighter over a period of a biennium. The problem is with this, folks, is it's forced. It's done by the Department of Revenue. The lodging folks and the restaurant folks kind of got together and decided this would be a good idea. It's not a good idea. I didn't even think it's constitutional, to tell you the truth. I don't think it'll pass muster. You have a private group literally using the power of state government and the Department of Revenue to leverage money without consent. Okay, so this is taxation without representation to put into a pot that 13 people can decide how to spend. I have never seen anything like it. I asked the Department of Revenue if they'd ever seen anything like it. No. It actually is like forced unionism. You're going to pay dues if you're in any kind of business tangent to tourism, and I mean any business. Bowling alley, the little horse with the cart in Leavenworth would pay. Everybody pays, okay? Every retail store that sells clothing, can you believe this? If you sell clothing, you pay into the tourism fund. This is a kind of a tourism union, and you're forced to pay dues under the state. I asked the Department of Revenue, what if you don't want to participate, or what if you didn't want to pay? And they said simply it'd be like not paying your sales tax. You'll be have interest, you'll have fines, and they will come down on you. They'll levy your account. This is ridiculous, folks. Now, if the lodging and the restaurant folks want to do something, form a statewide program, and if people think it's a good investment, they'll invest in it. But to use the power of government to force millions of dollars of taxes on businesses that don't want to pay or may not want to pay is unprecedented. And it would be huge in the 12th District because we're a big tourism group. Again, a statewide tourism program, I'm all for it, but make it voluntary. That's what it should be. It could be a statewide chamber of commerce for all I'm concerned, but to force people to pay dues without representation, it borders on forced unionism, even fascism. Fascism is where basically a corporate group uses the power of government to extract money for their own purposes. That's how bad it is. We'll do everything we can do to kill that bill, or at least narrow it down to the 2 or 3 folks that really want to do it. In the meantime, stay tuned for the budget. It's going to be an exciting couple of weeks. We'll know more about how long we're going to be here when we see those budgets next week. This is your state representative, Cary Condotta. We'll see you next time.